Hello Shiny viewers, I am DS, your psychologist, and welcome to another episode on Channel NITT. In this episode, we're going to do a viewer request episode, and we're going to talk about the INTJ and ENFJ in a romantic relationship. When attraction is concerned, MBTI types does not matter. When you look at a person, you feel very attracted to the person. It does not follow any MBTI rule. However, whether you can really get along after that is the issue that we have to think about. For the INTJ, things are very special. Whenever any MBTI type comes close to the INTJ and wants to be in a relationship with the INTJ, the onus of the relationship almost falls on the INTJ. Basically, everybody else usually will be at the mercy of the INTJ. So one thing to note is the INTJ can be very dismissive when they evaluate a person, whether in a friend's context or just as a person. They might very easily sort this person into a box, whether this person is worth knowing more of or should be dismissed. If they ever dismiss a person right away, most of the time this person will never have been in romantic interest. But of course, there will always be exceptions. I'm just saying, from a hypothetical point of view, this is what happens. So as we go down this discussion, we know that when an INTJ evaluates the ENFJ, the ENFJ should pass the test. So the ENFJ is going to be attractive to the INFJ because while the ENFJ is stable, they are also different in the sense that they can be very social, they can be very generous, just different. They know a lot of things, and the INTJ and the ENFJ original interaction can be very fiery, full of passion. They can discuss a lot of things, and the INTJ can be very intrigued by the ENFJ. So the INTJ and the ENFJ can talk a lot about philosophy, values in life. They are likely to share very congruent type of ideas. And on top of that, the INTJ and the ENFJ also have the tendency to really like cleanliness. So at the beginning, any two MBTI types should be able to click. So the INTJ and the ENFJ have no problems. It's only down the road where we may see certain flaws or certain problems that may exist in this relationship. One problem over here is that there may be no value add. So let's say, for example, as an ENTJ, I can be very disorganized. If I am with an INTJ, the INTJ can add value to the ENTJ's life by helping me clean up, for example, or helping me cook. So the INTJ doesn't really like social interactions, especially in large groups. They may be overwhelmed when the ENFJs brings them out for any form of a gathering. Personally, it's actually very hard to group with an ENFJ because the ENFJ is really usually basking in the limelight. And when they bask in the limelight, their partner almost always becomes a shadow. It can be very lonely living that kind of existence. The INTJ may be able to tolerate that, but not in the long run. I personally think that the INTJ and the ENFJ don't click in this sense, or they are not compatible in this sense. The INTJ cannot live the lifestyle of the ENFJ and vice versa. I'm going to backtrack a bit and talk about the I and the E. So in my personal experience, I'm an extrovert ENTJ. I find that I actually prefer partners that are introverted because there's a balance. So in this case, the INTJ and the ENFJ should balance, but their lifestyles totally do not click. The INTJ is very likely to be overwhelmed by the ENFJ's lifestyle. So I have already described one particular problem of the ENFJ in relationships. There is this high potential for the ENFJ to make their partners feel very unwanted, even though they can give their love, their total love to their partner, but it is very likely for their partner to feel jealous, to feel unwanted, to feel as if they haven't got anything to contribute back. They may feel lonely. But the ENFJ may not realize this. Okay, back to our story of the INTJ and the ENFJ. I think the most comfortable relationship that the INTJ and ENFJ may have, sadly, is a friends with benefits relationship. So they can really like each other and then they just be F buddies. So most of the time, based on my observations, INTJs do like this F relationships. Friends with benefits relationship, because they can be in a relationship but they are not exactly in a relationship. So if the ENFJ is willing, then they can really consider this is going to be a type of a relationship that will put both parties in equilibrium. Otherwise, if they start to converge and stay together, a lot of problems will start to arise. But of course, any two MBTI types can have a lasting relationship, even though it can be a bad pairing. So the INTJ and the ENFJ, should they be able to communicate a lot and have a lot of compromise and understanding, they can still make it. So I always believe that if one is committed enough because they love each other very deeply, every problem can be worked out. So I wish all INTJs and ENFJs in love to be able to have this bliss. Okay, at Channel NITT, we produce a lot of MBTI videos such as this one. If you as a viewer have a request, do comment below so that we can look into it. And if you have not subscribed, do consider subscribing so that we can bring you more MBTI and fun stuff. Okay, I'm going to sign off now and I'll see you in our next episode. Bye bye.